Hi guys, and welcome to day 14. Today we are getting out of our meditation little mini-series that we had going on there. The guided imagery meditation was the last of that yesterday. And today we're going to start getting into the gods, both the god and the goddess. Today we're talking about the god, and then we'll get into divinity, the sun and moon, and then we'll actually get into the goddess. And I'm pretty sure that after we get into the goddess, we're going to take a break for Beltane videos, and then after that we'll get back into that with the god. So, today's video is called Rethinking God, and basically what today is talking about is trying to make that shift from, because a lot of pagans or Wiccans come from a religion that has that one dominant male deity, namely Christianity, but there are so many others that have one main god that is male. And so basically what they talk about is what I just said. You know, they have the monotheistic religious paths, along with the assertion of the one specific God. I totally just lost where I was. Okay. They also have the belief that this God governs all affairs much like a monarchy, and he has some definite opinions and regulations on how things should be. Monotheistic religions therefore conclude that human beings should be vigilant lest they violate the fundamental grain of the universe as established by this watchful and often vengeful God. And a lot of people live in fear of this God depending on the religion that they're in. And Kevin, who's standing right here, has much more insight in that than I do because I didn't stick with Christianity for very long. So that man has quite a bit of honey. But anyway, so basically, what they're trying to get across is, what is divine polarity? Okay, they're just talking about the whole thing, which is basically what I said, monotheistic religions, and making that switch, which a lot of people have a lot of issues with, because you make the jump from monotheism to polytheism and suddenly there's a goddess involved and people don't really know what to do with it. So we're starting simple, we're starting with the God side, and there are questions here that we'll take into account tomorrow, I believe. And basically these questions are just making you contemplate and think about what you think God is. Now that's whether you've been in paganism for 40 years and you have a definite opinion on what God is, or if you're making that switch from another religion to paganism or to Wicca, you know, definitely take this time to write your true and honest feelings on what God is to you. You can also use this if you've been in paganism for a while to kind of see how your views on gods have switched. I didn't think that I would ever get out of the Christian view of things, but you do. You do slowly make that switch once you have these, quote, aha moments, to quote Flora. And you do kind of make the switch, and it's not really making, I guess I don't want to say you make the switch, but you get a bigger understanding of the universe and how all of these different gods come about, and they're basically from one God or one universal entity that just gets kind of divided into different personalities for the different religions is how I see it. So, what the questions are, what image of God did you hold as a child? How have these childhood images influenced your understanding of the divine today? Are the images of God that you know actually representative of God's fundamental nature? Are images of God important, and why? Or why not? What is the purpose of believing in deity? Do we cheat ourselves at any level by characterizing God through image? Why or why not? Does it bother you to see the word God not capitalized in this book? Why or why not? Does the word God need capitalization? And what automatic conditioned responses do you have in relation to words, letters, and grammatical formalities? And then there was another little subsection here called A Word to the Wise. It says, in Wicca, the divine is not a person, nor is the divine something that is greater than each of us. Wiccans view the divine as an energy that manifests through all of us at all times. It is who and what we are. In addition to that, it is a good practice to begin deconstructing and closely observing cultural customs that incite emotional and mechanical reactions. So, that is day 14. Taking those questions, writing down your book. And this is actually a really, really important day because this kind of gives you where you're going to begin when we're going into the God and Goddess chapter and how much work you're going to have to put into possibly making that jump to what they're going to be talking about. You know, if you have a God form from another religion and you're jumping into Wicca and their view of God and Goddess, it's much, much different. Or if you've been in paganism for quite a while, then you already know that, and these chapters are just going to help you become closer to the God and Goddess. So, hope you guys have a great day. Tomorrow's day 15. We'll get into divine polarity, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.